What's up, Bills fans? Oh man, I don't even know what to say here. I really don't. I don't even know. Can we think of any other interesting, new, fun ways to lose football games? I mean, complete and total. I can't even talk right. I'm just so disgusted. Complete and utter, total incompetence is the only thing I can think of. Incompetence for the coaches. I mean, I understand the situation. You're up against the clock. If you are going to throw a pass there, okay, but what good can come of a pass like an interception, a sack, a fumble like we saw? Um, I mean, he throws it and there's still another second left. I mean, and so you have to run another play before the 2 minute warning. You're running the ball down their throat. The fans are booing them. That they're tired. They haven't gotten a first down all fourth quarter. Their defense has been on the field a lot. They can't seem to stop Lynch or Jackson. I don't get it. And every other reporter or sports writer in America seems to think the same thing that me and you do. Like, why would they do that? Why? Like, why not run the ball there? Complete and total. To put the game in the hands of J.P. Lossman, first of all, is. But you know what? We're talking about the same things we were talking about in the 49er game. Same things. You need a touchdown. That's it. Instead, you have J.P. Lossman in the shotgun on, second and threes when, Lynch just cannot be stopped and you're not handing him the football. Lynch should have had 30 carries today. Instead, he's, 22 carries. I understand they don't want to destroy him, but that's a direct quote from Jerron, by the way. Destroy him. I don't know. You have him throwing the ball 39 times. I mean, it's clear the more times you put the ball in this guy's hands, you're just playing Russian roulette because he's going to. Horrible interceptions that he threw. I mean, even the Hail Mary at the end of the game, there wasn't a Bill receiver anywhere. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it must be frustrating to be a Buffalo Bills wide receiver because I hear Paul Hamilton talking about the Bills and he's like, there's receivers open, and I'm tired of hearing that there's not because I'm watching the games and he's there during the games and there are receivers open, and for whatever reason, he just doesn't see them. I don't know what it is, or what it's not, but it's the only solace I can take is that if I did have to pick a scenario for the Bills to lose this game, it was the best scenario I could have possibly picked. I mean, it couldn't have turned out any better. They're in it to the end. They have the lead, and a questionable play call that results in just total and utter just end of the game, like completely. And then you have the guy go in there and throw a couple more interceptions within a minute of each other. I mean, how dumb does... I mean, not that Jerron could have looked any dumber than he has all season, but I mean, it's like this guy's in a contest with himself each and every week to see how he can lose a football game, how much more dumb he can look. And the guy succeeds. I mean, you got to give him credit. If there's one thing that you got to give him credit for, he succeeds. And I did hear some frustrated players interviews after the game, and they did sound dejected and whatnot, but they want to defend this guy. I think they're way too comfortable with the country club atmosphere he's got going on up there at One Bills Drive. He's not going to get in their face. He's not going to demand that much of them. He's not going to push them. They're not hitting the pads hard. He's it's cushy, and they like that, and I think that's sickening. They obviously deserve to lose a football game like this because they back such a wimpy head coach, and his competence has reached an all-time high. If you want to know what the pass play was, get this. This is really it was a play action bootleg to the fullback Corey McIntyre, the same guy who seems to drop every pass that's thrown his way, the same guy who was brought on the team, and basically they cut Darren Barnes because he didn't provide enough special teams ability for them, so they cut him and they brought McIntyre onto the team. So he can play special teams and drop passes on offense. Not that great of a blocker. I mean, but that was the play, and great outcome. Great outcome. Another bang 'em up job by the Bills coaching staff. Even question some of the defensive calls. I mean, the lack of pass rush really kills them, but playing off these receivers so far, and they're hitting receivers in stride, and you just don't see the Bills do any of that on offense. You see, I think they have hitch routes. They only have hitch routes and little curls. That's what the Bills have in there, and flare passes to the running backs. That's the only three passes the Bills have in their playbook. You don't see them hitting receivers in stride. When I saw the quick slant to Johnson in the end zone, I almost shit myself. I couldn't believe they did that. I was like, kidding me? You can't be doing stuff like that. You're the Bills. Oh man, it's ugly, dude. That's just each week it just gets worse and worse. Each week. The 49ers, then it's just ugh. The Cleveland game, you have just total utter incompetence, and I don't know other way to slice it. But thanks Bills fans for subscribing and watching, and hope you guys are all good. I don't know how much you could be. Let's just pray to God. I'm going to link up these petition sites to get Jerron out of Buffalo. Jerron, there's no way Jerron should have been given a post-game interview. There should have been Ralph Wilson there talking about how Dick Jerron's just been fired, Bob April's the interim head coach, and Turk Schoner has also been fired because Jerron wanted to take the bull at the end of the game and say, well, I made that play call, it was totally on me. And I don't doubt that. Most head coaches have a check with me policy at the end of a game. So if Turk came to him with that play call and he said, fine, let's do it, his culpability is the same as Schonert's, and they're both, like I've stated in prior videos, there's a reason why a guy like Schonert's not been a coordinator at any point during his tenure as a coach, and this is why. And we're seeing it each and every week. But until next week, you have a good one, Bills fans. Hopefully, they can crash out the last couple of games and get this Dick Moron out of Buffalo, and this whole coaching staff can go, and they can get real football people in there. They're going to push these guys and push this team and make them a lot better, and make them, maybe appreciate playing in the NFL, play with a little more heart, with a little more, conviction. But all the credit in the world today to Marshawn Lynch, Fred Jackson. The defense did play decent. Paz made some plays. I was like, oh, Paz got his hand on a ball, made an interception. Whitner looked like crap in coverage. I'm sorry. Brian Scott took a horrible angle on that Leon Washington touchdown run. Our safeties really are bad. Including Whitner. I don't think he's very, very overrated. Other than that, Bills fans, you guys have a good one. Take care, and we get some new coaches and some better players in this team, hopefully by next season.